Hi, I'm Timmy. This is Willie. And we make these. It's an all-natural icy. It's kind of like a frozen smoothie. It's basically half fruit, the rest is water. We don't put a lot of sugar in them. It's a better for you kind of treat. It's all natural.
Can we get a drop out you? We'll give you a sample. For sure.
Yeah.
We just kind of pushing them in Atlanta, opening up the brand more here. We up north, we out west, in Miami. So we just opening it up.
Which fruit you like best, man?
Out of the four, we got a cherry, mango, blue raspberry,
Blueberries and raspberries.
I like mango all the way to strawberry.
Mango all the way to strawberry.
Like that.
One case, $25.
A case of that?
There's 20 of them in there.
Let me ask you a question then.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's go and get you some
He
function.
done hung up, yeah.
I'm talking to my boy right here.
Oh, okay.
Get you some real function. Strawberry, mango.
That's a mango.
Blueberry, raspberry, wild cherry. All this is fruit water, a little bit of cane sugar, right? And a plant. They're vegan, non-dairy, super simple ingredients. You know what I'm saying? I started making them in my kitchen in Brooklyn. Now we're starting to sell them in Atlanta too.
Nah, this the shit motherfucker like me that work out need.
Oh yeah, indeed. Yeah. That's why we, one day at a time, man.
Right.
Pushing them out, you feel me? Yeah. That's my money in the bank. You
Yeah,
feel me?
man.
You feel me on that, right? You feel me on that? I recognize real, brother. Yeah, 100, man.
Give me some strawberries and
Just the
mango.
whole thing's mixed. You get 5 of every flavor in
that's
one case.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, boom. There you go.
What's the cash at?
And my number, 453.
Let you know we'll be joined by some great guests, and they're joining us at the desk right now. It's nothing like talking to entrepreneurs. It's always a great thing to sit down and talk to entrepreneurs, pick their brains, find out how to create a process.
In 2014, we started putting them in the squeeze pops. And I got in a van and I just drove like one store to the next in Brooklyn, right? Just knocking on, walking in, explaining, talking to the owner, saying, hey, my name is Timmy. We make these. It's an all-natural icing. It's kind of like a frozen smoothie, right? And just kind of kicked my little lingo, and one store after the other. By the end of 2014, we were in about 500 locations in Brooklyn alone. Then I started calling my friends, because the best part about everything is when the re-ups occur, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's like, you can sell something, you can make something, and you hope that it really works, right? But when you actually sell it and you come back a couple of weeks later and it's gone, right? That's the magic, right? Because now you're like, wow, this thing actually works, right? So it's like, I started calling my friends. I'm like, look, and I used to do music, right? I mean, everyone always still does music. You never stop doing music. Right. But like, I tried to do it what I would call competitively, right? In the sense of try to make a career of it, right? But, I would call my friends all trying to do the same thing. And I was like, look, man, nobody really buys our music like that. So I got something that we can sell, right? Right? Being honest, right? Being honest. So, some of my friends started to join me in it, right? And we started hitting Manhattan, and we started hitting the Bronx, and we started hitting Queens, and Staten Island, and North Jersey, and then we went down to Baltimore, we now to DC, and then my friends that were running uptown, they were like, we don't want to stop this, man. Let's get into be cold. Where can we go next? And I'm like, well, where do you want to go? They're like, let's go to Southern California. So that winter, 2016, we loaded up. We drove the van across the United States. And we stayed in a hostel.
You say you took the product with you?
We shipped it out.
Okay.
Shipped out some pallets, put them into the warehouse, and we were like, yo, let's get busy. And we just murked out, hit the streets. We stayed at a hostel. It was a real swanky hostel too, man. Like there were pornos being shot in one room. There was cocaine being sold in another. everybody's walking around with cups like these, you know, everyone's kind of leaning over, but it was like $28 a night for 4 or 2 bedrooms, right?
Oh, yeah,
So I was like, yo, this is the move, right? But we had a great time. And so, and like I said, we went out one store at a time, right? And then, so now in New York, we got about 3,500 locations that we sell to on a fairly regular basis. And in LA, we got probably about 750 to 1,000 locations. But then off of that, you know, really quiet as kept. Before we dipped into LA, we went to Vegas.
I was about to say,
And
so
we
y'all done
spent,
Vegas.
we hit New Year's in Vegas. And my guy in Vegas, he was from Baltimore originally. He had moved to Vegas and he's like, yo, you gotta check this out, man. I think we could sell a ton of these out here. Well, he was actually running a strip club at the time when we got out there, right?
Shout out to Kevin.
And you guys remember Hangover?
Yes.
You know when the movie starts and you see that strip club right at the very beginning, right? That was the strip club, right? So it's like, now it's been shut down now. But it's been all these little fun, nostalgic kind of things involved in the growth of this little brand, right? So, but then we took Vegas. After we took Vegas, we took LA. After we took LA, we went up to Denver, Colorado, because, you know, right? It's Denver, right?
Everybody loves Denver.
Everybody loves Denver, right? Yeah. You know, people are always hungry in Denver.
Yeah.
You know, but then, so then from Denver, though, we went to Salt Lake City. And then after Salt Lake City, then we went back to the East Coast. And then we went out on the Vans Warped Tour. We started taking around the country like that. And that's where I ran into Willi. You know, 2 summers ago, Warped Tour, he pulled me out for the tour and he's like, yo, you know, we should really talk about these things. And I was like, yeah, man, yeah, for sure. And then lo and behold, this past summer, we're over in Maryland, and all of a sudden I hear, yo, Timmy!
I'm back on tour.
And there he is. He just comes up and he's like, yo, man, we've been talking about this, we need to do it. And I was like, man, well, let's start putting wheels into motion. And this past couple of days, we got in the van and started riding from store to store here in Atlanta, knocking on doors, introducing the product. Willi and I are like Ben and Jerry, man. We knock on doors. We got about 20 locations in the first week, you know, about that. Yeah.
About 3 days. It's only been 3 days, so.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Do y'all see more flavors coming in the future?
You know, but I will tell you, one of the dudes from Under Armour has been a real solid, you know, kind of guy. Like he's looked me out, giving me good advice. And if you guys remember when Under Armour started, they only had that one shirt, right?
One shirt, white, with the black leather.
Exactly.
Yep.
And the little Under Armour logo that came up out the collar, right? That was it. He was like, don't do too many flavors until you got distribution. When you got distribution, then start dropping them. He said, because like us, we only had one shirt till we had distribution. Then we started dropping more. He said, get more in the door first before you spread yourself too thin. Because every time you add a new flavor, you add a new layer of cost, a new layer of different items and things along those lines you got to deal with. I will tell you though, quiet as kept. We might as well let them know, right?
This is a hip hop show.
We're looking for Killer Mike.
Killer Mike, where you at? We've been knocking at your door. We got this Killer Peach flavor coming.
Right.
And that works out perfectly. In this
Right.
city.
Right.
Let's stay here.
We do feel like that would be a nice collaboration.
Oh,
I was just about to say Peach
Yeah.
would hit.
Exactly.
Peach would hit.
Killer Mike, Killer
Listen, you know how
Peach.
Peach would
Right.
hit
Where
in
you
that,
at, Killer?
in that new Peach crayon?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, Peach Crown, forgot about that. It's coming out.
Like, too.